Are you ready for the action?
Hello everyone and welcome to Sharp Dressed Gaming, and today we are back with the finals for the Delta Battle League, and we're up against the St. Louis Swellows. St. Louis Swellows we actually faced for our first match in this league, and we ended up losing, but this time we're going to try and win and take home the cup. Now this is going to be a little weird because it's a live showdown, but I'm post-recording. The replays weren't working on Showdown that day, so I had to record it live, but I didn't want to talk. So we have a whole team here. We have Mega Gardevoir, Mamoswine, Melodic, Kinkilder, Armaldo, and Celebi. And then he's got Thunderous Therian, Greninja, Megalopunny, Ferrothorn, Hitmontop, and Talonflame. Now the biggest problem I had last time was I didn't really have anything for Ferrothorn. So this time a lot of my Pokemon carry Hidden Power Fire, including Celebi, Melodic, and Gardevoir. So I'm going to lead off with the Armaldo, hoping he leads with his Ferrothorn. He does end up leaving with Greninja. I figure I can leave at least a Scald, so I'm going to go for Stealth Rock here. I just want to get up my rocks. Hopefully I can get the Talonflame to come in on him before he Rapid Spins him away with Hitmontop. But if anything, we can get a little damage off and hope for the best on that one. So it is going to be a little awkward again because there's going to be that waiting period where there usually isn't with the post recordings of Showdown. So you just go for Scald. I do live like I expected, and I get the Stealth Rocks up, so I'm like, alright, Armaldo's done what it needs to do, essentially. Because it's not going to be able to come in on Stealth Rocks from Ferrothorn if we want to Rapid Spin him away, so if we're going to bring Armaldo in again, it's going to have to be on Stealth Rocks. But I do bring in the Melodic expecting a Scald, but he expects that and goes for Grass Knot, which does a ton to my poor Melodic. So I could Mirror Coat it here, but I'm expecting him to expect that, so I do originally click Mirror Coat. I believe I click out of it. Let's see if that ends up happening. I think, yeah, I do end up hitting cancel and go for Scald instead. Because I'm like, he's going to expect me to Mirror Coat because I do it so often. So I'm just going to Scald here, and that is the right play because he ends up U-turning. He does get a critical hit on my poor Melodic. I believe this Melodic was max special defense to hopefully be able to go up against Thundurus. He actually brings in the Thundurus here on the Scald, which is a little strange, but it brings him down to 50, and I know I can't take a Thunderbolt, so I'm going to switch out. I just missed who I clicked there. I believe it was Mammal, but it might not have been. So we're going to see what I did end up clicking on here, hopefully. But yeah, the Ferrothorn is going to be a problem. You're going to have to get rid of that so it doesn't just sit there and deal out a bunch of damage. Talonflame was also a really big deal. That's what ended up winning him the game last time because it just came in at the end instead of Brave Bird and everything. So we got to try and keep these rocks up so we do a lot of damage to the Talonflame. It's also going to help us with this Thundurus if we aren't able to get rid of it. There's a long wait period in between this turn, apparently. Hopefully all this is syncing up because I'm watching this on Camtasia. Yo, I just brought in the Armaldo to sack it off, but I'm watching this on Camtasia, so hopefully everything syncs up. So now I bring in the Mamoswine, which is Choice Scarfed, and hopefully I can just outspeed this thing and kill it. I'm going to go for Earthquake, it looks like. Yeah, I went for Earthquake expecting him to switch, which he does. He switches into the Hitmontop, so this was probably the best move we could have gone for. It's going to do barely anything to the Hitmontop because the Intimidate, I'm sure it's bulky. I'm just going to bring in my Celebi because the most he can do to Celebi is knockoff. He does go for the Rapid Spin here, gets rid of those rocks, which is unfortunate because it's pretty early for the rocks to be gone. So here, I could Hidden Power Fire expecting the Ferrothorn to come in, or I could just go for Psychic or Giga Drain. I end up going for Giga Drain, and Ferrothorn does come in. And it's not terrible because I can Nasty Plot here, because I don't think Ferrothorn is going to be able to do too much to me. It can probably like set up Stealth Rocks and Spikes and that kind of nonsense. Which it does, it sets up Stealth Rocks. So I get up my Nasty Plot, now I'm just going to go for Hidden Power Fire, which unfortunately doesn't knock out, it brings it down to 2%, and he gets the knockoff off. I don't have Recover. I went for Nasty Plot 3 moves, and I'm just going to Giga Drain here, because it'll take him out. Giga Drain originally did 5% to Ferrothorn, plus 2, it should be able to do 8% at least. So, hopefully, I mean, if he switches, that'll be good, other than the Talonflame. it should be good against everything else. So I think he just leaves it in here, though. Ends up sacking it. He's trying to think if it's worth keeping the Ferrothorn for later, but when it's at this low health, everything is going to be able to take care of it. Yeah, this, like, I knew this was going to be really weird to do it this way, but Showdown was not participating that day, or not cooperating would be the word, and allowing to save replays. So we get rid of Ferrothorn pretty early on in the game, which is nice because now we don't have to worry about it later. Unfortunately, Melodic and Gardevoir kind of have a useless move now within Power Fire, but that should be fine. They do have other moves, so we can work around it. So now a Celebi is at a low enough health where anything can kind of just come in and take care of it. So I believe I leave it in here against the Lopunny. He does just go for Fake Out. That's fine. I'm just gonna leave it in on the return, I believe. Actually, it looks like I might think about switching. Yeah, I just leave it in. I went for Sidekick. Return's gonna kill me. If he goes for a Fighting type move, expecting somebody coming in, then I could possibly live it. But at this point, I'm just expecting Celebi to die. This Lopunny is another huge problem because it's so fast and it hits so hard. And Melodic's at such a low health that it's not going to be great lookout. Conkeldurr will probably be the only thing that can really deal with it. He does end up going for Fire Punch here, which is going to knock out Celebi. So, and I do end up bringing the Conkeldurr. I'm like, alright, let's just go for Drain Punch. If he brings something in, whatever. If he doesn't, I should be able to get rid of this little Punny. He does switch into the Hitmontop. So I do at least get back up to 100%, which is not a big deal in the long run. I'm just going to go for the knockoff here, try and get rid of his leftovers. I don't know how much this Hitmontop can really do. We've only seen Rapid Spin from it. It's probably got close combat, but I'll be able to take one of those and then return with a Drain Punch, which should do a good amount of damage. And it does turn out that this Hitmontop is carrying Aerial Ace, but it doesn't seem to be very invested in attack. So I'm just going to stay in and Drain Punch. I should be able to get a nice amount of health back from it, so I shouldn't have to worry about it too much. So he's just going to stay going for Aerial Aces. I'm just going to stay going for Drain Punches, and we end up getting rid of him on top. So another one of those walls gone. So now he's just got a lot of fast, hard-hitting Pokemon, which isn't necessarily great for us, because now he's just going to be going super offensive on us, which is not good because all of our walls are very low health, which Conkeldurr and Melodic were essentially our walls, and our Maldo, which is knocked out. So not looking great for us because a lot of these Pokemon can just batter everything. We don't really have any resists, especially this Lopunny, who's going to be able to Fake Out return and just get rid of Conkeldurr. So I'm just going to actually bring in the Melodic to burn off the Fake Out so I can bring in Conkeldurr again and just Mach Punch this thing to get some damage off at least. And he goes for return. There goes Melodic, so now we're really in a pickle. I end up Gardevoir here because maybe you can live a hit from this Lopunny. I actually go to Damage Calyx here, which makes this even more awkward because internet was being slow, so I decided to give up. So cool little white screen for you guys. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, it's taking too long, and it's probably not gonna live a return. And Lopunny obviously outspeeds it. But I think I end up bringing it in here still. No, who am I not? I up the Conkeldurr. Bring in the Conkeldurr. I'm just going to go for the Mach Punch. He can easily switch into Thundurus or Talonflame. And Talonflame can basically clean up this game. I think the only thing that... well, because the Mamoswine is still full health, which is what ended up deciding the last game, was Mamoswine and Talonflame. So maybe Mamoswine can get his revenge here if he does end up switching into Talonflame. He's probably just sitting here thinking about what's going to end up happening. He brings in the Thundurus, which actually I can take out with 2 Mach Punches, so I'm just going to do that. Just going to double click on Mach Punch, and I'll be able to take out the Thundurus here. So bring it down to 3-3 right now. So we're still very close in not damage output, but Pokemon. All of his Pokemon are full health, I believe. And while my Conkeldur's almost dead, now it's going to go down here. I did go for Rock Slide just in case he got cheeky and went for Swords Dance or something. But now I'm going to bring in Mamoswine. Hopefully this is Mamoswine's, what's it called? Redemption. I'm sitting here, I'm like, I go for Rock Slide. I believe I stay in Rock Slide too. Nope, I do go that cancel mic. I should Icicle Crash in case he brings in the Lopunny to swallow up that Rock Slide. But he stays in, goes for Brave Bird. I live. I get the Icicle Crash off, and it does take out the Talonflame anyway. So, Mamoswine still got his revenge, but now we have a Mamoswine with 10 HP and a Gardevoir against a Lopunny and a Greninja. My Mamoswine does outspeed, but he brings in the Lopunny, so he can just fake it out. And here, I'm like, okay, I know Stealth Rock damage is neutral to Mamoswine, but I don't think Mamoswine will live a re-entry, but I think that's my only option is to try that. So I'm going to bring in the Gardevoir. Because even if I had kept Mamoswine in to die to fake out, Gardevoir wasn't going to live a return, much less a return and an attack from a Greninja. So I don't think it really ended up mattering at that point. And then Mamoswine does die to Stealth Rock, so it didn't really matter. And that is going to end up being the game. So we did end up losing the final match to the St. Louis Swellows. But his team is just too good for mine. So congratulations to you, Jay, and the St. Louis Swellows. And make sure to go congratulate him. I'll leave his Twitter in the description below. And thank you guys so much for his support throughout this entire season with the Minnesota Wild Charge in the Delta Battle League. We still do have a league going on in the... There's a thing saying that they currently do not have the upload share available because they're adding emojis. And it's stupid, but that's what ended up happening that day. But yeah, thank you guys so much again for supporting us, and be sure to be checking out the PGL. We still have a few weeks left there, and thank you guys so much for joining me. We'll see you next time. See ya! Hello everyone, and thanks for checking out the video. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to click on the links on the screen. If you haven't yet, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to see more videos as they come to your way. And if you want to go check out the GoFundMe, that'd be great too. Bye!